Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sunday Special. Today's episode is going to be the top 20 race damage diecast, numbers 20 through 11. Next week we will do numbers 10 through 1, and then we will get on to another series of race wins called Confetti Cannon Wonders, or confetti cannons. Basically the best confetti covered cars. But for now we're going to start with the race damaged cars. I will do the top 20 here, and then the next video, which will be next Sunday, will be numbers 10 through 1 with the honorable mention. So this one will just be 20 through 10 or 11. So number 1 on our list. Now let me explain the criteria first. First criteria is has to have race damage. This does not count the confetti. It has to be damage incurred during the race and or burnout. The other part of this criteria is it has to be a Cup Series car. Cup Series only. So no Chase Homestead, no Reddick Homestead, no Xfinity cars. Those probably be in their own video, just so you know. But this will be Cup cars only, and they will only be race damage. So, there's some cars that are caked in confetti that are kind of cool. For instance, Brad Keselowski's 2019 Kansas car is caked in confetti. Nope, doesn't count. It has to be race damage. Some of them, doesn't mean they won't have confetti, it just means confetti is not the reason they're cool. So starting at our number 20 spot, coming in at our last available spot on the podium, is going to be the 2018 Joey Logano Martinsville race win. On this car, you can see we've got some damage up along the skirt of the left side, just classic Martinsville stuff. You can see the left rear tire rubbed off, all the damage there. Truex bashed the back bumper in, so we're all bent up there. The shape is actually still normal, but they did do the decaling to make it look bent. And on the right side, this is where he was getting into Truex. So, we've got Goodyears rubbed off. We got tire marks all down this right side here as they beat and banged to the line. I remember watching this and knowing that it was the last lap. I didn't have any details, and it was all quiet. It was just silent with no lap details. But I saw him get past Logano, and then I saw Logano just basically ram into the back of him and pass him coming to the line. And I thought that must have been the last lap. Otherwise, why would Logano just ram into the back of him? Which again, to this day, I don't like. I don't like the idea of someone working hard to pass you clean and then you just say nope and then smack them. I'm not a fan of that. If you're faster, you can bump them. When you're the slower car and somebody else has worked to get past you and you just use them as your brake pedal, not a fan. But anyway, this goes into number 20. Great race detail, but again, there's a lot that have really good race detail. Also, I did want to note, there are some cars I don't have, and I will let you know at the end of the next video what those cars are that I would have probably put in here if I had them. So that'll come in at number 20. Number 19 on the list is going, let's put it over here. Now we'll put it over here, just so it's out of the way. Number 19 on the list, going to be a 2019 Kyle Busch Bristol win. So this car doesn't have a ton of beat and bang marks on it. You can see the roof's dirty, dirty front, but the big detail is going to be this rear bumper. It's literally bent up into there. They did their best to make it look bent, and it does look pretty good as far as it being bent in there, but they do lack on actually being able to push the car in. You got a big piece of bare bond on this side. Then you get over to the right side, and it's, we got a wall scrape there along that right side. So this one mostly comes in for its rear end detail and the fact that they were able to cut part of the bumper out to make this look as bent up as it was. So that is why this one will come in at number 19, is the race damage to the right side, or to the right rear end bumper. Number 18 on this list, another Bristol car, Kurt Busch, 2018 Bristol Night Race win. So this one stayed fairly clean around the back, and then on the side you can see kept it pretty clean, a little rubbed up and got some Bristol marks there. And the number one reason, well, a little bit of, you can see the right front, got the eagles missing, but the main reason is the bare bond. You've got bare bond all over this hood. You can see it literally got taped back together. The thing was, looks like in pieces. Look at all the bare bond on this car. It is all down each side of the hood, across the hood, and on the front. So this having the bare bond, and it's very reflective, which is very cool, is the reason it comes in at the number 18 spot, just with that detail. So, another Bristol win. I think there might be one more. I'll have to look. So, but anyway, that one is on at number 18. Number 17, another 2018 race win. This is Eric Jones' 2018 Daytona race win. Now, this one's caked in confetti, and if it wasn't, you'd be able to see the race damage. The right rear corner is where it's all at. So you can see all on this right rear corner is caked up with bare bond and rubber detail. You see they got it all taped back together. He was in an accident, and they were able to kind of piece it back together and kind of get it working together. But yeah, before they shot the confetti cannons off, and this will probably be in that confetti one. But before they got all the confetti all over it, there was a lot of detail on this right rear with all that bare bond in there. So that is why. Sorry. That is why the race damage is so good on that. The rest of the car is fairly clean. It is a Daytona car, so, there's a little bit on the front. You can see kind of some dirt up here. But for the most part, it's that right rear corner and the bare bond along that corner that puts it at number 17. Number 17. Number 16. Got to go back 2 years, or actually 1 year from there. The 2017 Kevin Harvick Sonoma race win. Pretty clean up top, but on the side, you can see a lot of donut marks up along this left side. Then you get over the nose, and actually you can't see it, but the nose was actually really caked in. They tried to make a dent in here. It's really hard to tell. It looks fairly normal. You can kind of see it looks a little dented down over on this area of the car. Obviously from here, it's going to be perfectly shaped, but had heavy front end contact. Not much on the right side. Most of it's pretty much all left side tire marks, and then the bumper being bent in on there that give it this rating. There's also some fuel spillage and stuff back here, and then also on the rear of the car that kind of the liquids make that dirt kind of fall off. But the main reason on this car is the nose and the right and the left side, and then the fuel cell's just kind of the extra. But that is why that car is at number 16. Now, number 15, everybody remembers this car, and it's a fairly tough car to find now. This is the Ryan Blaney Roval race win. So this car is all beat up on the left side. It is beat up on the nose. You can see all the kind of cracks and marks on the nose. And then obviously on the right side, you have another bunch of marks. And this car is not particularly special in any one area. All these other cars so far have been specialty areas. Let's actually look at them. So far we've had right side and a little bit on the left, rear bumper and corner panel, hood and bare bond, rear corner panel, left side and nose. This one is the first one. It is all around. The left side's beat up. The bumper's got some dents in it. The front end's got some dent in it. The right side has some dents in it. There's dirt on the hood. Like, this car is the first one that you can see just dirt and kind of raced up markings all around it. And that is why it'll come in at number 15, is just strictly on the basis of it has, 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15. Yeah, 15. I wanted to make sure I had the right number. But because of all the race damage all around the car, that is why it puts it up here. Nothing on this car is better than the element of these cars. It's the whole package that makes this car so cool. On to number 14. Now we're getting back. So all these so far have been Gen 6s. You can see all Gen 6s so far. Now we're getting back into the Gen 5 area, or in this case, the COT. Number 14 on the list, going to be Kyle Busch's 2008 Darlington race win. So this is the Indiana Jones car. You can see they have a little bit of rubber burned up around this left rear corner, but otherwise it's actually very clean. You get to the nose of the car, it's very clean up there. A little bit of rubber, but not for a Darlington car. It's actually extremely clean. You can see all the rubber build up there, pretty clean there, and then the right side is where all the hay is made. So on the right side, you can see scraped the ever-living tar out of this side. You can see the number scraped off, literally all the way from front to rear of this car. You've got a scratch. You can see it was in the wall all down this side. So that is the main reason. This one, again, goes back to that one element thing. It's the right side that's the main kicker here. There's a little bit on some other spots, but this is obviously the biggest draw about this car is the massive right side damage. And anyway, that is why it'll come in at number 14, and you'll notice that there's a theme to these next two that also match this Kyle Busch one, which is heavy right side damage. Number 13 on the list is going to be Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 2011 first start Elite. So this car, very clean on the front, very clean on the nose, and this is where it gets fun. So this right side got in the wall at Charlotte. Well, Charlotte has bright yellow walls, and so this right side has yellow markings all down it with the wall scrape. Now, some of these three here, the Kyle Busch, this one, and the next one, could all be kind of interchanged. Their damage is all very similar. This one, I just like the look of the yellow scrape along there more than the Kyle Busch one. I just think it looks better, in my opinion. I don't know why. It definitely is more eye-catching because it's white. It's on a white background, so all the dirt, all the scrapes are very visible. But that's kind of the main draw on this car. There's nothing on any other part of this car. It's fairly clean, but the right side being all scraped up is the number one reason that this comes in at number 13. All right, number 12 on this list is going to be our 4-time champion, Jeff Gordon, and his 2011 Phoenix race win. So you can see this one, we got some dirt up here. You can see on the nose, we got some dirt around there. There's some confetti on there. The bumper's got a little scrape in here, but not bad. But the right side is where all the money's made again. There you see all the wall scrapes, a couple of donuts. That's what puts it over the Stenhouse. You see those donut marks all along the right side in about 4 different spots. And then you've got the wall scrape in blue because Phoenix has a blue wall. And that kind of goes from the numbers, the numbers on back. And that's kind of the biggest kicker. There's a little bit up here on the Goodyear, but all the way to the back, we've got that right side scrape. And it's very, very similar to the Stenhouse one in terms of it's all right side damage that gets it on this list. And that's the number one thing that puts it here. This one just has a little bit more dirt on the nose and a little bit more of the rubber marks or tire marks on the right side. So that is number 12. And the last one to wrap up today's Sunday special is going to be none other than another Gen 6 car, 2016 Kyle Larson Michigan race win. Now this is the first one that we're going to have, and maybe one of the only ones, where the only reason it's on here is the rear end is blown out of it. So you can see the corner panel here, all ripped up, all, caked up, and then the shredded tire in there as well. And then you go to the other side, and you have the same thing. You can see all the rubber shreddings on those tires, and then, of course, the rear end being bent up and in. Now, there's 2 other cars that have this. Alex Bowman's Chicago and I shouldn't say that. Alex Bowman Chicago, Alex Bowman Fontana. Truex has a couple of cars like this. The reason those are not any higher than this one, and they're not, I'm just going to spoil it, they're not in the next video either, is because this one has the brighter color, so you can see the rubber detail better. Alex Bowman, Exalta car is dark. The Cincinnati car is dark. The Truex Chicago car is dark, and his Homestead car didn't have quite that damage. So the number one reason this car's on there, obviously we got some dirt and stuff there, but the blown rear end, and then you see all the dirt on that white there. And you go all the way down the right side, all the dirt along this car. And that's the number one reason this car is on the list. Otherwise, without the white, it may not have made it, but the shredded tires and the burned out rear end is what puts this car at number 11. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our top, or our numbers 11. Oops, you see our Christmas decorations on there. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at numbers 11 through 20 here. I'm going to slide them into place because it's a little hard to get all the cars in place when I'm trying to look at them. And then I got to try and kind of wiggle them into so that you guys can see them. All right, let me back them up here. Slide that over. Slide on over, everybody. There we go. Harvick over here. Overall, let's go through a breakdown quick before I wrap up the video. So let me back this up, pull it off the tripod. There we go. There's a good look of our top, or not top, our number 20 through 11. But we have 7 Gen 6 cars and 3 Gen 5 cars. No Gen 4 cars. Frankly, Gen 4 cars are hard to get race versions that are really good. One of the better ones is Casey Kane's first win. That one's got it's got a donut mark and it's really dirty on the front. Dale Jr. Chicago one's got some rubber on the front, but otherwise it's not really damaged. It's really hard to tell. There's not a ton of super damaged up Gen 4 cars. So there's only one on my list as far as I know so far. But the other one is there is an honorable mention to one of the burnout cars that will be in the next one, but it is also a Gen 6. So, but anyway, this is our numbers 20 through 11. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make your predictions as well for the cars that'll be in the top 10. Also, put your predictions in as far as the cars that I do not have in my collection at the moment that would be on that list as well. So, put those down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Please do subscribe if you are new, and if you enjoy this content, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. The top 10 come next week, so you definitely don't want to miss it. But other than that, this has been Race Craze. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Diecast review.